Well, hello and happy 2-year anniversary to the Showgirl Tip of the Day podcast. It was December 21st, 2020, when the very first episode of the Showgirl Tip of the Day podcast premiered. Here we are in the middle of season 3, happy, healthy, thank the good Lord, and ready to tackle the holidays with love, with respect, with joy. I hope this finds you well, and I'm just so grateful to you all for continuing to listen. I'm starting my monthly membership, Club Showgirl, in January. If you want to get in on the career prep, on the daily practice of our craft, singing, dancing, acting. Yes, we want to work, but keeping in physical shape, keeping your reading chops, keeping your audition chops, and your singing chops sharp, it's the way to go. And then when you get an audition, it's like icing on the cake. When you are ready, you can be prepared and you can enjoy yourself. When you have to scramble and you're like, oh no, I can't memorize that text, or my voice is so out of shape, well, it's your choice. What can you control in this business? You can control your daily habits. That's right. So everybody, today we're going to talk to our sweet, sweet Joshua Holloway, who helped me start it all. You know, he and I had such a lovely meeting in the spring of 2020. He was supposed to be in my ballet class, and then we all know what happened. COVID. And he got sent home to Vancouver and actually Victoria. And now he is thriving. I miss him. He's going to come to New York sooner or later, and then we'll do some video. So if you follow Joshua Holloway Music on YouTube, you can see that last year he put out an album called Wonder. And I'm going to talk with him soon about the top albums of 2022. I listen to the same old songs. I teach dance, I make playlists. So one of the goals I have for 2023 is to introduce a new album, maybe once a week or once a month. You know, I have iTunes. I also have a Spotify account. I just need to utilize these tools, right? Well, without further ado, we've got our lovely Joshua Holloway.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Joshua.
How are you?
Look at your hair.
Oh, yeah, it's shorter. Kind of fun. Sort of a Caesar cut.
Okay, rocking that Caesar cut.
Yeah.
So Joshua, can you believe the Showgirl Tip of the Day podcast is 2 years old?
Not at all. Not at all. But I'm so happy it is. What an amazing anniversary.
Thanks to you, you have been there since the beginning, and we are still connected. We're still so far apart. I don't like that part.
I know. Me neither. But I mean, that seems to change. Now that we can all travel again, I'm really excited to get back to the city and get to visit with you. It's going to be good.
I hope you do, and I hope you can come soon, because it'll be 3 years since you flew out. We all heard the story of how you got on a plane, you went back to Canada, and then gunk, 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 the doors closed.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was really dramatic at the beginning, having to come back so suddenly like that. But ultimately, I think the silver lining in all of this is that it really made me appreciate what I have, you know, especially my family and my friends and the people who I hold so dear. Because, you know, because I was so focused on getting to New York and working there and wanting to go to school there and graduate from AMDA, that I didn't realize how much I had at home, you know, and how much I had to love at home. So getting to be able to be here and be reminded of that every day is a huge blessing. I really like it.
Well, I'm glad, but we still miss you over here and the East Coast.
I miss you too.
So, Joshua, tell us your albums. You're a musician, you're a singer, you're a writer. So what really spoke to you this year in 2022? Can you give the listeners your top few albums? You know, you don't have to have a certain number, but yeah, what did you like?
Oh my God. Well, I think this year has been such an eclectic year for music, because since I've had the benefit of being able to go out and perform gigs again at live venues and go and see my friends perform, I'm being like re-exposed and reintroduced to all these genres of music again, and like new genres I've never heard before. And a lot of that's happening online too, like through Spotify. So one of the albums that I was recommended recently that I loved is called Decide by the artist Joe, spelled DJO. It's really good. It's very kind of dark and electronic, but the lyrics are really intelligent, and it's kind of a it's interesting. It's a little bit of a commentary on like life in the digital age, and yeah, it's tremendous. I love it. I think it's super cool. That's a big one. This one didn't come out the next one didn't come out this year, but I love the album Thirsty Ghost by Sarah Gazarek, which
Ooh.
is this really nice album. So she's kind of she's a jazz vocalist and incredibly talented, but this album is a mixture of jazz standards done in a contemporary style and also pop standards done in a jazz style. So it's
Nice.
really cool intermingling of genres. And then my last one that I love from this year is Stacey Kent's album, Songs from Other Places, which is just
Ooh.
like, yeah, it feels a little bit like a storybook. Every single song is so lyrical and so rich and well written. And yeah, it was really reassuring to be like swept away in the words of those songs in times during COVID when the world felt small. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I
Wow.
can see a little furry
I
friend on
know.
camera.
Crawling all over me.
That's so sweet. How about you? What are your albums? What do you love?
Honestly, I need time, Joshua. I got to get those together because I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't know. I'm really at a loss right now. So I will get back to you with that.
No
But
worries.
my top things, I really didn't listen to all that much music. I mostly listened to podcasts and read books and things like that. So I need to just like do some research and think what did speak to me this year. So I can't really answer you that question yet. But
That's
yeah.
okay. I know this year has been a blur for you. I mean, it's been such an incredible, like, I'm so grateful for you that you're able to keep working and teaching, and you've had these incredible opportunities post COVID to keep like working your craft and working with students too. You're still
Thanks.
active.
Thank you.
It's so exciting. So
Thank
exciting.
you so much.
Yeah.
Well, I know you released Wonder in 2021. Do you
Yes.
have another album in the works?
Yes, this one has a little bit of a story though, in just like how it came to be. So my partner Frankie and I, who is also a performer and a songwriter, he and I actually met because we both have similar tastes in music, and we connected through music first before we connected on a deeper level. And he and I are actually working on writing an original musical that is going to be going up at the Port Theater here in town on May 31st. And we're writing the music for it right now. And along with the show, we'll release an original cast recording of all the music we're writing for it. So,
Wow. And you haven't had auditions yet, huh?
no, it is just a two-person show right now because it's part of a showcase. And we're trying to keep it really small. So it's very monologue oriented. And it's sort of a rose tinted homage to long distance relationships and falling in love over digital mediums, because really that happened probably more than ever during COVID, where people
Yeah,
started
sure.
connecting on levels without actually being in the same room, and that's so
Yeah,
profound.
it
So we're trying to
is.
write a little story around that, which is fun.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. And I can't wait to, hear the recording and everything. Yay.
Thanks, Michelle.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Joshua, anything you want to say to the listeners after 2 years of us podcasting? Do you want to just say, do any sort of shout outs to people and just what's your message to everyone?
Oh my gosh. First of all, goes without saying, thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us on this whole journey, because it's what makes Michelle and I want to do this podcast. And the fact that you like it so much makes us happy because we love it. We love doing this. And it was such an unexpected gift at a really tough time to get to embark on this with you, Michelle. You reached out to me and you said, "Hey, do you want to write a song for the intro?" I said, "Sure." And then next thing you know, we're working together on editing different episodes and writing underscoring and coming up with who's going to get interviewed next. And it was such a, I feel like this project really scooped me up and like held me a little bit when I didn't have anything else. And I really appreciate you giving me that and providing me with the chance to be part of this project and to continue being part of this project. The sky's the limit. And as far as right, yeah. As far as what happens with the listeners, I just want to reiterate how grateful I am that you like it as much as you do, and there's lots more to come.
Yes, there is. And we're going to start a new year. And, wintertime is always tough because of the cold for me and everything. But having something lovely to do when you're staying cozy and you're staying all bundled up, editing and interviewing guests. So, Joshua, if there's anybody that you would really love to have on as a guest, just let me know. I'm trying to reach out to more people in the theater.
Yeah.
And I'm also trying to reach out more to people who do the backstage things. Like I would love to talk to some costume designers and some lighting designers. And I just want to keep this scope, it's a podcast about show business, but I also feel like it's much more than that. It's a podcast about how we live our lives and choices we make and the chance to always start fresh. And sometimes we do fall down, but you can just keep going. You get up again. It's like show business is a big metaphor for life anyway. So.
Oh, you're so right.
As I take these bobby pins out of my hair, sticking in my head, and you've never really we met each other in classes, but anybody who's ever spent any time with me, I leave bobby pins like a trail, like breadcrumbs or like rose petals. And I always say to my family, love me, love my bobby pins. Because they're just everywhere. They're everywhere.
Oh my gosh. Well, if anybody ever loses you, you can always follow the bobby pins to find Michelle.
Exactly. Joshua, you are a prince and I miss you. And I do hope you come to New York soon. And if not, I will have to get over to the West Coast and see.
Absolutely. Let's do both. I really want to come back to New York. So, yeah.
Yeah, good. All right, Joshua. I'll talk to you really soon.
Sounds good, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My thanks to Joshua Holloway for coming onto the podcast to celebrate our 2nd anniversary. 3 seasons in, we are not stopping anytime soon. Next week, we talk with Brian Wisenant, our lovely LA person, about the top films of 2022. Did you see any films that really struck your fancy? Send me a DM on Showgirl Tip of the Day, and we can talk about your favorite films. Happy holidays. Whatever holidays you celebrate, know that I'm wishing you peace, prosperity, joy, love. And if you're having a hard time this holiday, just know I understand. This has been a huge year of transition for me as well. Many things in my life have gone upside down, topsy-turvy, but you know what? Because of my ballet training, I can always stand on my own 2 feet. I can always go to the bar, the ballet bar, and stand in 2nd position and do some pliés. So there's a structure and there's a ritual and there's a grounding that happens when you have a craft, no matter what that craft is. And I just want you to know that practicing your craft is for you. The Showgirl Tip of the Day podcast has original music composed by Joshua Holloway. Find him on YouTube, Joshua Holloway Music. This podcast is written by Michelle Bruckner and edited by Michelle Bruckner and Joshua Holloway. Find me on Instagram, Showgirl Tip of Day. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again next week with a new episode.